Have you ever had one of those days? The kind where a strange, creeping fatigue settles into your bones for no good reason. You slept well enough, but your get up and go just got up and went. Or maybe it's a faint, nagging headache that hums just behind your eyes, a persistent fog that makes finding the right word feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. Perhaps you've chalked it up to just another senior moment, a consequence of the number on your birthday cards. We're often told that slowing down, feeling a bit weaker, a bit foggier, is just a part of the package deal of getting older. We're handed this script and we start to believe it. We start to accept that our bodies, which carried us through decades of life, work, and love, are now just winding down. But what if I told you that for millions of us, this daily struggle isn't about age at all? What if this fatigue, this brain fog, the dizziness you feel when you stand up too quickly, the dry, papery feeling of your skin, what if it's not an inevitable decline, but a silent alarm? A cry for help from your body that we have been taught to misinterpret, or worse, to ignore completely. The culprit is one of the most underestimated and misunderstood health risks for anyone over 60, chronic low-grade dehydration. And the conventional wisdom we've been given, just drink 8 glasses of water a day, is, for many of us, fundamentally flawed. It can feel like a chore, a punishment, and for our aging bodies, it's often not even the most effective solution. In this video, we're going to throw out that old rulebook. I'm going to reveal why eating your water is a far more powerful, nutrient-rich, and effective strategy to deeply hydrate your body at a cellular level. We will uncover the 7 most powerful hydrating foods that can fight back against senior dehydration, boost your energy, clear your mind, and help you reclaim the vitality you thought was gone for good. This isn't about surviving, it's about learning to thrive again. I know hearing that the simple advice you've been trying to follow might not be the best approach can feel frustrating, but it's also incredibly empowering. It means that feeling better isn't about trying harder at the wrong strategy. It's about discovering a smarter, more natural one that works with your body, not against it. This is a journey of rediscovery, and I want to take it with you. So, before we uncover the first of these incredible hydrating foods, I need to know you're with me. If you are serious about taking back control of your health and aging with strength and vitality, please take a moment to click that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. We are building a community here of people who refuse to be defined by their age. And to make this a true conversation, let me know in the comments below. What is the number one health concern on your mind right now? Is it joint pain, memory, energy levels? Your voice and your experiences are the heart of this channel. All right, let's get to the heart of it. The first hydrating powerhouse we need to talk about is a common vegetable you might have in your refrigerator right now, but its true potential is often overlooked. Food number 1, the cucumber. It's probably no surprise that our first hydrating hero is the humble cucumber. But I want you to look at it in a whole new light. Forget seeing it as just a limp, watery slice on a sandwich or a forgotten garnish on the side of your plate. I want you to see it for what it truly is, a perfectly engineered, natural hydration delivery system. Here's the critical difference between the water in your glass and the water in a cucumber. The water in a cucumber, which makes up about 96% of its weight, isn't just free-flowing H2O. It's what scientists sometimes refer to as structured water or gel water. It's held within the fibrous cellular matrix of the plant. Think of it like a microscopic sponge. When you drink a glass of plain water, it can sometimes rush through your system so quickly that your body doesn't have time to absorb it all effectively. It can hit your kidneys fast, flushing out valuable electrolytes in the process, and you find yourself running to the bathroom 30 minutes later, not feeling much more hydrated. But when you eat a cucumber, your body has to work to digest it. It has to break down that fibrous structure. This process means the water is released slowly, gradually, like a time-release capsule. It's a slow-drip irrigation system for your cells, not a flash flood. This gives your body the time it needs to absorb the water properly and direct it to where it's needed most. And it comes pre-packaged with its own team of helpers, essential electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. Potassium, in particular, is a master mineral when it comes to regulating fluid balance inside and outside of our cells. So, you're not just getting water, you're getting the very minerals your body needs to use that water effectively. It also contains silica, a wonderful trace mineral that contributes to the health of our skin, hair, and connective tissues, all things that visibly suffer when we're dehydrated. Imagine this scenario. It's 3 in the afternoon. Lunch feels like a distant memory, and a wave of fatigue just washes over you. Your eyelids feel heavy, your mouth feels a little dry and sticky, and you feel that familiar mental fog roll in. You know you should probably drink some water, but the thought of another lukewarm glass feels unappealing, almost a chore. Now, picture this instead. You open the refrigerator and pull out a chilled, crisp cucumber. You slice it into thick spears. You take a bite. There's that satisfying, loud crunch. A burst of cool, refreshing liquid fills your mouth. It doesn't just quench your thirst, it feels genuinely revitalizing. That coolness, that crunch, that clean taste, it's a sensory experience that wakes you up. And 10 minutes later, you notice the fog has lifted just a little. You feel a bit sharper. That's not your imagination, that's your brain and body responding to true deep hydration. So, how do we make this a regular habit? First, stop treating cucumbers as a minor ingredient. Make them the star. Keep pre-cut spears in a container of cold water in the fridge for an instant, crunchy snack that's far more satisfying than you'd think. Try making a cucumber cooler by blending half a cucumber with a splash of water, a squeeze of lime, and a few mint leaves. It's a delicious, hydrating slushie that's incredibly refreshing on a warm day. Or use a vegetable peeler to create long ribbons of cucumber and use them as the base for a salad. Tossed it with a little olive oil, lemon juice, and dill. You'll be amazed at how much you can eat and how good you'll feel. Food number 2, celery. If cucumbers are the cool, refreshing quencher, our next food, celery, is its crisp, slightly salty, and incredibly functional cousin. Often relegated to the same fate as the cucumber, a vehicle for dip or chopped unceremoniously into a soup base, celery is a true unsung hero of cellular hydration, especially for those of us keeping a close eye on our cardiovascular health. At around 95% water, celery offers that same slow-release, structured hydration we discussed. But its magic lies in its unique mineral composition. While it's rich in potassium, just like cucumbers, it also contains a significant amount of natural, organic sodium. Now, I know the word sodium can set off alarm bells for many people, especially if you're managing blood pressure. We've been trained to see it as the enemy, but it's crucial to understand the difference between the highly processed sodium chloride, table salt, that's liberally added to packaged foods, and the naturally occurring sodium found in a vegetable like celery. Your body needs a delicate balance of sodium and potassium to function. This duo acts like a tiny pump at the wall of every cell, moving water and nutrients in, and pushing waste products out. They are essential for nerve transmission and muscle contractions, including the most important muscle of all, your heart. When you're dehydrated, this balance can be thrown completely out of whack, leading to muscle cramps, weakness, and arrhythmia. Celery provides these two critical minerals in a perfect nature-designed ratio. Furthermore, celery contains unique plant compounds called oxalides. These are what give celery its distinctive aroma and taste. Research suggests these phthalides can have a wonderful effect on our bodies, helping to relax the smooth muscle tissue in the walls of our arteries. When these muscles relax, the vessels widen slightly, allowing blood to flow with less pressure. Think of it like turning a kinked garden hose into a smoothly flowing one. It doesn't force anything, it just gently creates the conditions for easier flow. So, every crunchy stalk is not only delivering structured water and essential electrolytes, but also these special compounds that support your entire circulatory system. Let's step into a familiar moment. Maybe it's first thing in the morning. You sit on the edge of your bed, slip the cuff onto your arm, and press the button. You hold your breath, listening to the whir of the machine, watching the numbers climb and then fall. There's that moment of anxiety. What will they be today? It's a ritual born of fear and a desire for control. You've diligently cut back on salt. You avoid processed meats, but you still feel like you're fighting a losing battle. And sometimes you feel strangely lightheaded or weak, which you might blame on the medication, but it could also be a sign that your electrolyte balance is off. Now, imagine incorporating celery not as a medicine, but as a supportive friend in this daily routine. Picture yourself having a few stalks with a spoonful of peanut butter as a mid-morning snack. It's crunchy, satisfying, and you know that with each bite, you are providing your body with the balanced minerals and hydrating water it needs to find its own equilibrium. It shifts the focus from fear to nourishment. To get the most out of celery, start thinking of it as a foundational food. Yes, fill a stalk with cream cheese or dip it in hummus. But also, try this. Finely dice 3 or 4 stalks and add them to your next batch of tuna, egg, or chicken salad. It provides a wonderful hydrating crunch and bulk that reduces the need for heavy mayonnaise. Use a sturdy celery stalk as an edible stirrer for your tomato juice or V8, infusing it with extra minerals, and never underestimate its power in soups. By starting almost any soup with a base of sautéed celery, onions, and carrots, you are building a deeply hydrating and flavorful foundation before you even add the broth. Food number 3, watermelon. From the crisp and savory, we now turn to the sweet. And there is perhaps no food on earth that feels more synonymous with pure, joyful hydration than watermelon. For most of us, the taste of watermelon is intertwined with happy memories. Summer picnics, backyard barbecues, the delightful mess of sweet, pink juice dripping down our chins as children. But I want to encourage you to see it as more than just a nostalgic treat. Watermelon is a nutritional powerhouse and one of the most profoundly effective ways to rehydrate your entire system. At about 92% water, it's an obvious candidate for our list. But like the cucumber, this is structured water released slowly and efficiently into your body. What truly sets watermelon apart are its 2 superstar nutrients, lycopene and citrulline. You may have heard of lycopene, the antioxidant that gives tomatoes and watermelon their rich red color. An antioxidant's job is to protect our cells from damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. You can think of it as a form of cellular rust-proofing. This is incredibly important as we age, as this cumulative damage contributes to chronic disease and the visible signs of aging. Lycopene is particularly noted for its role in supporting heart health and protecting our skin from the inside out. Even more exciting is the amino acid citrulline. When you eat watermelon, your body converts citrulline into another amino acid, arginine, which plays a critical role in producing something called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a miracle molecule in our bodies. Its primary job is to tell our blood vessels to relax and widen. This improved blood flow is a game changer. It means more oxygen and nutrients can be delivered efficiently to every part of your body, your muscles, your organs, and especially your brain. That feeling of sluggishness and fatigue on a hot day? Better blood flow and deep hydration are the direct antidote. I know many of us start to dread the heat as we get older. A beautiful summer day can feel less like an invitation and more like a threat. We worry about getting dizzy, about the heat sapping all our energy, about becoming overwhelmed. We stay inside, watching the world through a window, feeling a little more fragile, a little more disconnected from the simple joys of the season. Now I want you to reframe that picture. Imagine yourself sitting on your porch on a warm afternoon. You have a big, chilled wedge of watermelon on a plate. You take a bite. The immediate rush of cool, sweet liquid is instant relief. But more than that, you can sit there with confidence, knowing you are not just eating a delicious snack. You are actively fortifying your body against the stress of the heat. You are supporting your heart, improving your circulation and hydrating your cells in the most delicious way possible. It's an act of self-care that feels like an indulgence. Let's move watermelon from a once-in-a-while treat to a regular part of your routine. The easiest way is, of course, to eat it fresh. But try a watermelon and feta salad. Cube the melon, crumble some feta cheese over it, and add a few fresh mint leaves. The salty feta perfectly balances the sweet melon and adds a bit of protein, making it a light, satisfying lunch. Another great tip is to blend up a few cups of watermelon with a squeeze of lime juice. Don't strain it. You want to keep the fiber. This creates a refreshing, hydrating agua fresca that beats any sugary store-bought juice. For a clever trick, freeze small cubes of watermelon on a tray and use them as ice cubes in your water or seltzer. They chill your drink without diluting it and give you a delicious, slushy treat to eat at the end. Food number 4, soups and broths. The sweet, cold burst of watermelon is perfect for the sun-drenched days of summer, but our need for deep hydration doesn't hibernate when the weather turns cool. In fact, winter can be one of the most dehydrating times of the year. We spend our time in dry, centrally heated homes, and we often drink less because we don't feel as actively thirsty. This is where our next category of hydrating powerhouses comes in, offering not just moisture but deep, soul-soothing comfort: soups and broths. To think of soup as just water with stuff in it is to miss the point entirely. A well-made soup or broth is a warm, nutrient-infused elixir. When you simmer vegetables, herbs, and bones, you are essentially creating a liquid that is pre-digested and supercharged with the very things your body needs to hydrate effectively. The water in the pot acts as a solvent, pulling out minerals and electrolytes from every ingredient. The carrots release their beta-carotene, the celery offers up its unique phthalides and potassium, and onions contribute their powerful antioxidants. What you're left with is not plain water, but a complex liquid brimming with sodium, potassium, and magnesium in a natural, balanced form that your body can absorb with incredible ease. If you choose to make a broth with bones, from a rotisserie chicken for example, you unlock another layer of magic: collagen and gelatin. As the bones simmer, the collagen in the connective tissues breaks down into gelatin. This gelatin has a unique hydrophilic property, meaning it attracts and holds on to water molecules. When you consume it, it helps hold water in your digestive tract, promoting better hydration and a healthy gut lining. For anyone struggling with joint stiffness, that collagen is also the very building block your body uses to repair and maintain cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. So, a warm cup of broth is simultaneously hydrating your cells and providing the raw materials to soothe your aching joints. It's a true 2-for-1 benefit. I want you to picture a cold, bleak November day. The sky is a uniform gray and a damp chill seems to have settled deep into your bones. Your joints feel creaky, your energy is low, and you feel a sense of melancholy that matches the weather outside. The thought of drinking cold water is utterly unappealing. It almost makes you shiver more. Now, shift that image. Picture yourself in your warm kitchen. A pot is simmering gently on the stove, filling the air with the rich, savory aroma of chicken, carrots, and thyme. You ladle the steaming golden liquid into a favorite mug. You wrap your hands around it, letting the warmth seep into your fingers, up your arms, and into your very core. You take the first sip. It's warm, savory, and feels instantly grounding. That feeling of comfort isn't just in your head. It's physiology at work. The warmth is relaxing your digestive system, the balanced electrolytes are replenishing what you've lost, and the easily absorbed nutrients are providing a gentle wave of energy. It's an act of profound self-nourishment. Making this a habit is simple. You don't need complex, day-long recipes. Start with a quality, low-sodium, store-bought broth, bone or vegetable, as your base. In a pot, sauté some chopped celery, carrots, and onions until soft. Pour in the broth, bring it to a simmer, and let it bubble away for 15 to 20 minutes to let the flavors meld. That's it. You have a basic, deeply hydrating soup. You can add leftover shredded chicken, a handful of lentils, or some chopped greens to make it a full meal. Consider making it a ritual to sip on a mug of warm broth in the afternoon instead of a potentially dehydrating cup of coffee. It can be a game changer for your energy levels and joint comfort on a cold day. While the broth itself is the star of the show, many of the powerhouse ingredients we put into our soups are hydrating heroes in their own right. And one of the most powerful groups of these ingredients often wilts down to almost nothing in the pot, yet delivers an incredible concentration of nutrients and water: leafy greens. Food number 5, leafy greens. When you look at a delicate spinach leaf or a hearty piece of romaine lettuce, your first thought probably isn't water. You might think vitamins or fiber, and you'd be right. But these nutritional workhorses are also stealthy hydrators. In fact, many leafy greens like iceberg and romaine lettuce are over 95% water by weight, putting them right up there with cucumbers. Even denser greens like spinach and kale are still pushing 90%. The true power of leafy greens lies in the fact that they are one of the most efficient ways to consume water that is absolutely saturated with essential nutrients. This is cellular hydration at its most intelligent. As we age, our bodies can become less efficient at absorbing and utilizing certain vitamins and minerals. Simply popping a multivitamin pill isn't always the answer, as our digestive systems might struggle to break them down effectively. But the nutrients in leafy greens are bound within the plant's cells, delivered in a natural, bioavailable package alongside the water needed to transport them. They come packed with potassium and magnesium, our critical fluid balancing minerals. They are loaded with vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that supports our immune system. And crucially, they are one of our best dietary sources of vitamin K, a nutrient that is absolutely vital for bone health. Vitamin K works in partnership with calcium to direct it into our bones and teeth, where it belongs, rather than letting it build up in our arteries. Think about the quiet anxieties that can creep in as we get older. The worry about bone density scan results. The fear that a simple trip or fall could lead to a life-altering fracture. It can make us feel fragile, causing us to move more cautiously, to give up activities we once loved, like gardening or long walks. We might be diligently taking our calcium supplements, but we still feel a sense of vulnerability. Now, imagine a different approach. Picture yourself making a vibrant green smoothie in the morning, blending a large handful of spinach with a banana and some yogurt. Or sautéing a massive bunch of kale with garlic and olive oil, watching it shrink down into a manageable portion to serve alongside your dinner. With each bite, you are not just eating health food, you are actively fortifying your skeleton. You are providing the water, the vitamin K, and the minerals that form the very matrix of your bones, making them stronger and more resilient from the inside out. It's a shift from a mindset of preventing breaks to one of building strength. The key to unlocking the hydrating power of leafy greens is to consume them in volume, which is easier than it sounds. Salads are wonderful, but they aren't the only way. The wilting method is your secret weapon. An entire 5-ounce bag of fresh spinach looks enormous, but when you toss it into a hot pan with a little oil or into a simmering soup or pasta sauce, it cooks down to a mere half cup in minutes. You've just consumed a massive amount of hydrating greens without feeling like you've been grazing all day. Try adding a handful to your scrambled eggs just before they're set. Blend baby spinach into smoothies. Its taste is so mild you won't even know it's there. Use large crisp romaine or butter lettuce leaves as wraps for your chicken or tuna salad, swapping out the dehydrating bread for a hydrating, crunchy alternative. Food number 6, zucchini. Our next hydrating hero is another star of the summer garden, but its incredible versatility makes it a kitchen staple all year round: the zucchini. Also known as a courgette, this humble summer squash is often overlooked, seen as a bland filler vegetable. But when you understand its properties, you'll see it as a culinary chameleon and a hydration superstar. Clocking in at around 94 to 90% water, zucchini is on par with celery and cucumber in its sheer water content. but its textural properties are what make it truly unique. When raw, it's crisp and refreshing. When cooked, it becomes tender and readily absorbs the flavors of whatever it's cooked with, making it an incredible vehicle for herbs, spices, and sauces. This means you can incorporate it into almost any savory dish to boost the water content without dramatically altering the flavor profile you love. The water in zucchini, like our other examples, is structured and released slowly, providing that efficient, time-release hydration our bodies crave. But it's not just water. Zucchini is a fantastic source of potassium. The mineral we know is essential for maintaining fluid balance and healthy blood pressure. It's also rich in antioxidants, particularly carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. These two antioxidants are famous for their role in protecting our eyes. They accumulate in the retina and act as a natural filter for damaging blue light, and they help fight the oxidative stress that contributes to age-related macular degeneration and cataracts. Many of us accept that our vision will decline as we age. We get stronger glasses, we use magnifying glasses to read labels, and we might feel a little less confident driving at night. We see it as an unavoidable part of life. But what if we could actively nourish our eyes? I want you to imagine preparing dinner. You pull out a zucchini and a spiralizer, a simple, inexpensive kitchen tool. In just a few minutes, you have a beautiful pile of green zoodles, or zucchini noodles. You toss them in a pan with some cherry tomatoes, garlic, and a splash of olive oil for just a minute or two. The zoodles become tender crisp, and you plate them up, topped with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. As you enjoy this light, delicious, and surprisingly filling meal, you can do so with the knowledge that you are quite literally feeding your eyes. You are delivering hydrating water, blood pressure supporting potassium, and the specific antioxidants that protect your precious eyesight. It transforms a simple meal into a powerful act of proactive healthcare, helping to preserve the clarity through which you see the world and the faces of those you love. Let's make zucchini a go-to in your kitchen. Beyond zoodles, which are a fantastic low-carb hydrating substitute for pasta, try grating zucchini and squeezing out some of the excess water before adding it to meatballs, meatloaf, or even burger patties. It adds incredible moisture and nutrients without being detected. Slice zucchini into thin planks, brush them with olive oil, and grill or roast them until tender. These make a wonderful side dish or can be layered into a lasagna instead of pasta sheets. And don't forget the classic zucchini bread. By adding the shredded squash to the batter, you're creating a moister, more nutrient-dense treat. It's a perfect example of how to sneak powerful hydration into the foods you already enjoy. Food number 7, the bell pepper. Our 7th and final hydrating hero might be the most colorful of them all. I'm talking about bell peppers, red, yellow, orange, and even green. We often think of them as a simple, crunchy addition to salads or a key player in a stir-fry, but they are bona fide hydration and nutrition champions with a specific, powerful benefit for our skin and immune systems. While their water content is slightly lower than a cucumber, they still boast an impressive 92% water. This makes every crunchy, sweet bite a wonderfully hydrating experience. But the real story of the bell pepper, especially the red and yellow varieties, is its almost unbelievably high vitamin C content. Ounce for ounce, a red bell pepper contains significantly more vitamin C than an orange. This is profoundly important for us as we age. Vitamin C is, of course, a cornerstone of our immune system, helping our bodies produce the white blood cells that fight off infections. But it plays another critical, often overlooked role. It is essential for the synthesis of collagen. We talked about getting collagen from bone broth, but our body also needs to be able to build its own. Collagen is the primary structural protein in our body. Think of it as the scaffolding that holds everything together. It gives our skin its firmness and elasticity, and it's a vital component of our blood vessels, bones, and cartilage. As we age, our natural collagen production declines. This is why our skin becomes thinner and more prone to wrinkles, and why our joints can feel less cushioned. When we are chronically dehydrated, this effect is magnified. Dehydrated skin looks papery and crepey, and undersupported blood vessels can become more fragile. I want you to picture looking in the mirror. It's easy to focus on the new lines or the way your skin doesn't seem to snap back the way it used to. It can be a source of frustration, a daily reminder of the passing years. We might spend money on expensive creams, hoping for a miracle in a jar. Now, I want you to reframe that. Imagine slicing a vibrant red bell pepper into strips for a snack. The color itself is energizing. As you crunch into it, you're not just having a snack. You are providing your body with the raw materials it needs to build strong, healthy skin from the inside out. You're giving it the structured water to plump up the cells and the vitamin C to fortify that crucial collagen scaffolding. This is not about vanity, it's about the health of your body's largest organ. Strong, hydrated skin is a better barrier against infection and is less prone to tearing or bruising. It's an investment in your resilience. Making bell peppers a staple is easy and delicious. They are the ultimate snacking vegetable. Cut them into strips and dip them in hummus or guacamole for a perfect combination of hydration, fiber, and healthy fats. Dice them up and add them to omelets, frittatas, or scrambled eggs for a burst of color and sweetness. Roasting bell peppers brings out an incredible, deep, sweet flavor. Simply roast them whole until the skin blackens, then let them steam in a covered bowl. The skin will peel off easily, leaving you with silky, tender flesh that's amazing in sandwiches, sautés, or blended into a rich, creamy soup. By eating the rainbow with these colorful powerhouses, you are flooding your body with a spectrum of antioxidants and building blocks for a more hydrated and resilient you. As you can see, this journey we've taken through the garden and the soup pot isn't really about 7 individual foods. It's about a fundamental shift in how we think about one of our body's most basic needs. It's about understanding that true hydration is so much more than just the volume of liquid you drink. It's about the quality, the structure, and the vital nutrients that come along for the ride. For too long, we've treated hydration as a chore, a number to hit, another task on the daily to-do list. We've tried to force down glass after glass of plain water, often feeling bloated and unsatisfied, wondering why we still feel so tired. What these incredible foods teach us is that nature has a smarter, more elegant solution. Whether it's the structured time-release water in a cucumber, the blood pressure-supporting minerals in celery, the collagen-building vitamin C in a bell pepper, or the joint-soothing gelatin in a warm bowl of soup, nature never just gives you water. It gives you water with a purpose, perfectly packaged with the electrolytes, antioxidants, and vitamins your body needs to use it effectively. The weakening of our thirst signal as we age is not a sign that our body is failing us. It is simply a change in communication. This knowledge gives us a new way to listen. Instead of fighting your body, you can now work with it, providing nourishment in a form it can readily absorb and utilize. This isn't about restriction or a difficult diet. It's about a delicious and joyful act of addition. It's about adding a crunchy snack of celery and hummus, a sweet wedge of watermelon on a sunny day, or a comforting mug of broth in the evening. Each of these choices is a small, powerful investment in your own well-being. It's an investment in clearer thinking, in more consistent energy, in stronger bones, and more resilient skin. This is the foundation of taking back control. It's not about finding a magic pill, it's about rediscovering the profound power hidden in the simple, whole foods that have been here all along. You have the ability, starting with your very next meal, to give your body the tools it needs, not just to survive, but to truly thrive. I truly hope this has been valuable for you, and that it has opened your eyes to a new, more enjoyable way to think about staying hydrated. If it has, please take a moment to hit that like button. It's a small click for you, but it tells YouTube that this is important information, and it helps us reach so many more seniors who need to hear this message. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you never miss our next deep dive. We are building a special community here dedicated to aging with strength, knowledge, and dignity. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, every bite can be an act of self-care. Stay strong, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.